The time has come for our Madden 21 franchise. My name is GoodGameBro, and I'm ready to bring you guys another relocation franchise. Just like last time we had the Marshalls, and before that it was the Explorers. It is time for a brand new team. Well, kind of. So as you may notice, we are rocking the Washington football team, currently without a name. Got a couple suggestions, but we're rocking the football team, and we are going to move them to a different location than last time. Yeah, I know they were the team we started with, but I got one reason why I want to use this team this time. Okay, maybe two. One, they don't have a name, but the real reason is Chase Young. This is a dude I want to build our defense around. I want to sign him to a long-term contract, literally the day we are available to sign him to a long-term contract. I need this dude on my team. I'm going to make him a captain pretty much right off the bat, and our defense should be nasty with him at the helm. Now, something big I want to talk to you guys about is that I have my own custom draft class, and I think this year I'm going to make all of my own custom draft classes or work with someone to help me out with those draft classes. If you want to download the one that we're using for Season 1, just search GGB on Xbox One. I don't have it on PlayStation 4. I will not have one later this year. You might ask me a zillion times. I don't play on PS4, so I won't have one there. And that being said, it is a ton of work to make these draft classes and put all the effort in that I did. Some things I hid for myself, some things that I did not. This is going to be fun. So we've got a lot of different quarterbacks to look out for. Jason Davies, got Cole Cook, Mike Reynolds, Tyler Hazelton, Hayden Hutchinson. There's so many guys here, and I've got guys hidden throughout the entire thing. By the time we get to the end of the season, I won't remember any of these guys, and that's the whole point. But again, this draft class exclusively on Xbox One. Just search for GGB in the Madden share. It'll probably pop up as GGB Fictional Class 1. That's all you got to look for out there. And then as we go on to more and more seasons, yes, I will make a Fictional Class 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth, unless we find a really good class that I'll use instead, but I'll tell you guys. Now, one of the first things we want to do is we progress through this first year, which we're not going to play any of the first year as the Washington football team. We will begin our season with a team that you'll find out a little bit later in the video. But we're trading Dwayne Haskins Jr. I don't think he's going to be our franchise guy. We got a little bit of value for him. So we're going to trade him, our 3rd round pick this year, and our 7th round pick next year for the 4th overall pick from the Chargers. Now, we don't know if they're going to fall to number 1, if they're going to fall out of the top 10. They could turn it around. But right now, halfway through the year at the trade deadline, they're slated as 4th. If you're wondering why Haskins makes sense for them, well, he's right around the same overall as Herbert, so he could be a guy that could really challenge him or at least push him along. Herbert's having an okay rookie year, not a great one, and so I'm assuming they want somebody to either usurp him or at least make him a little bit better. I don't know if Haskins is that guy though, but it is what it is. The spot on our team that's pretty much log jam right now is sort of defensive end. We have on the right end spot Chase Young and Montez Sweat, 2 dudes that are super young and should be super dominant for a long time. And if we go to left end, you have Ryan Kerrigan and Ryan Anderson. So there's a lot of talent there. Kerrigan costs us a lot. He's about 32 years of age, and his contract is coming up to be signed for an extension. I don't want to pay him though. I want to try to trade him for something better. Another place I'm finding a log jam is here defensive tackle. We have Matthew Ioannidis, who's 26 years of age, is really good, but he's about $6 million. But behind him, I have Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen, both guys who are either a little bit younger or a whole lot younger. I'm going to try to get a 1st round pick from the Broncos so we can load up on some talent or try to do some crazy stuff in the offseason. So I noticed Kerrigan for a 1st round pick from the Broncos. What do they say? They say yes. And because we don't really have a quarterback right now, we're signing PJ Walker. We have Alex Smith, but he costs an insane amount of money and he's injured right now still. And then we have behind him, I think, Kyle Allen. We're going to get PJ Walker, formerly of the XFL, just to be there on the roster in case we ultimately need him. So if you want to know about the Super Bowl, Cam Newton and the New England Patriots beat the New Orleans Saints to win the Super Bowl. Kind of wild. Shout out to Cam. He gets back to the Super Bowl, picks up the fumble probably, and his team wins. I just want to call out something before the NFL draft and while we're in free agency. I was trying to trade Alex Smith. Literally no one wants him. This man has a massive contract that we're on the hook for a while. I've been trying to throw him in a deal after deal. This is a 2022, not even this year's 7th round pick, next year. And they still won't take him. So our assistant GM hits us up and says, look, I'm working through our personnel needs for the future. I came across Deron Payne. He could be a key build block for us down the road, but it's up to you. When the time comes, you want to lock him up for a long-term contract. 100%. That dude is valuable for this team. We need to do so. So in that case, we pick up his 5th-year option. Absolutely, we do. That's a no-brainer to me. We went free agency. We only made 1 single signing. We needed Russell at left tackle because we didn't really have anybody great there. I have no idea if we're going to get somebody in the draft for that. And we didn't have a lot of cap space to spend. But let me show you some of the big league signings, and there were some big ones. Jalen Ramsey ends up going back to the Jaguars after leaving them for LA. He goes back, so I guess he made amends. I guess Tom Coughlin got up out of there, and so he decided to, go back. He signs a massive contract of $83 million with a $43 million bonus. Amara goes to the Ravens. I mean, he lost in the Super Bowl and then goes to join Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara, that's an insane squad. Aaron Jones goes to the Patriots. Everyone's nightmare, a receiving back of his nature and his ability going there is wild. Hayward goes to the Patriots as well, leaving Pittsburgh. Marcus Williams ends up going to the Dolphins. Philip Lindsay to the Jets. Keanu Neal goes to the Dolphins. The Dolphins are building something special there as long as, you know, they keep their quarterback healthy. So the rankings goes to Buffalo. Davis goes to the Colts. Tevin Coleman goes to the Cardinals. The Bills get Nickel Roby Coleman. James White to the Colts. I mean, some of these teams, Curtis Samuel to the Jags. Some of these teams definitely made out. Let me know what you guys think is the best overall signing, but there was some major movement this offseason. And finally, I'm happy to see free agency in Madden actually have some major movement. And as you probably saw from, you know, paying attention to that video, we are going to Dublin. We will be the Dublin Shamrocks for our Madden 21 NFL franchise. So we ended up getting 3 first-round draft picks, but they didn't really pan out the way we probably wanted them to. We got the 15th, the 19th, and the 21st. For a team that has as many needs as us, that's not ideal. So the Jacksonville Jaguars have 2 first-round draft picks, one at 13 and one at 5. We have traded our 19th overall pick for their 5th overall pick and Darius Geis, who we plan on drafting a running back who doesn't have off-the-field issues, so we had to get him up out of here. So the Bears ended up letting Trubisky go and they pick up Jason Davies to be their franchise quarterback, a 72 overall guy. So here at 5, we've got some big decisions to make. So looking at our options here at the top of the board, there's so many players we can actually look at. We have Justice James, who came in the solid 40-yard dash, not as fast as I probably would have hoped for a running back that's labeled elusive. He is 2nd in the vert jump. He was 8th in the shuttle. But outside of that, he has really good stats, but he didn't perform well in the combine as much as I would have thought, so I'm a little nervous about possibly taking him. Old Cook, 6'3", 225, great throw power and an A+. Break sack is high, throw on the run's high. He got 1st in the 40-yard dash, 5th in the vert, 8th in the broad, 1st in the 3-cone and 20-yard shuttle, and 10th in the bench press. Maybe this is our dude. There's also Thad Lindley, who this might be our guy. There's so many good players here. 40-yard dash, he was 4th, 1st in the broad jump and vert jump, 22nd in the 3-cone, so maybe that's his agility not being super great. 20-yard shuttle wasn't great, and bench press was solid. But the speed, though, combine report 7.3. That's one of the highest we've seen so far. And to look at quarterback again really quickly, Cole Cook is the clear guy for this individual spot, but there are some other talented quarterbacks. It's like we have Hayden Hutchinson, who's available a little bit later potentially in this round. Doesn't really get top 10 in many things outside of broad jump and bench press, so he's probably more of like a pocket quarterback. He's projected for the 3rd round right now. Marco Freeman is the 3rd round true talent. Joe Stanton's 4th, Miles McCord a 6th, and Cole Harvey a 6th round. There's not a ton of guys that are really listed as top. There are some great guys with throw power here, but I really feel like if we're going to go and get our guy, we got to go with somebody who's had a little bit of speed to him. Great 40-yard dash, seems to be athletic across the board. He's got a great strong arm. We don't know what his accuracy is going to be like, but Cole Cook, you're coming to Dublin. Check him out. You get a 74 overall. So look, he's ranked 32nd in true talent. We got him at 5, but he's better than what we saw in Jason Davies, who was taken earlier than him. Great throw power, deep accuracy is really good. Medium and short accuracy could use a lot of work here. Throw on the run, play action under pressure. Break sack is super high to 87. 86 speed, 91 acceleration, 86 agility, 78 carrying, and 94 change direction. Injury's good too. Juke move. I'm gonna be running the read option a lot, but Cole Cook, the little bit of work in the preseason, is gonna be that dude. So with our next pick, we are sitting here at 15 with either Justice James or Thad Lindley on the board, or Byron Edwards. I don't even think we looked at him earlier. He's not bad either. He's got good speed, 4.37 40-yard dash, A carrying, A- juke move, B+ for his ball carrier vision. Thad Lindley is an equal thing, but he's got, oh my God, his vert and his broad jump are really good, but his 20-yard shuttle on his bench press scare me. So maybe he's not very strong, but we usually go with the elusive guys, then Justice James again. Out of all these guys, I feel like Thad Lindley has the best stuff. I'm going to bank on that. He's the same carrying, but a higher juke move than Byron Edwards. He's got an A- break, or excuse me, A- break tackle here versus A for stiff arm. I'm going to bet the farm on Thad Lindley. This is our guy. Going with him. 79, ranked 6th in true talent, and we got him at 15. That is a steal. Dude is a tank. 5'11", 238. What? Man's built like Zion Williamson. Check his ratings. 82 break tackle. That's still very good. 94 speed, 90 acceleration, 86 agility. Agility's a little bit lower, so we probably predicted that a little bit. Trucking, stiff arm, juke move, all these things are great. I change the directions into 88, so not in the 90s quite yet. Not a great guy at catching. Injury and stamina are all good. Toughness is really low, so if he ever gets hurt, he's probably not going to do much in terms of getting back force. But look, he only has one trait. That's an aggressive catch. There's some work to be done on the catching side, but Thad Lindley paired with Cole Cook, we got our duo. I've been looking at tight ends too, and Terry Berry, one of the best names in the draft, just went to the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm a little sad about that. I think, though, it might be time to see if there's anybody on defense still available on our board at this part of the draft. So I'm going through, and we've got Lenny Lawrence here at a 6.1 combine grade, but he doesn't really have a lot that's in the top 10. 6'2", 188 out of Miami. You know, the U brings some of the best guys out there. Trey Sanders, though, you've got 9th and 40-yard dash, 1st in vert jump, 2nd in broad, 3rd and 3-cone. 20-yard shuttle is a little slow, but he's got 6th in bench press. He's got better stats. I think we got to go with the guy on defense here. He's labeled as a mid-first rounder, and we're picking at 21, so a little bit past mid-first round. His projected is late second round. We need a guy that can lock up on corners. So Trey Sanders, 77 overall, ranked 12th, and we got him at 21. 6'3", 211. You gotta love it. 94 speed. We've got so much speed. Man and zone coverage are through the roof. Acceleration and jumping are all super high. Press, not great. Tackle, not great, but a lot of corners don't have great tackling in the modern NFL. I'm here for it. We've got a bunch of dudes that can go out there and ball. He has an aggressive ball play tendency, which might come back to bite us, but we've got a long corner to help anchor our defense. I'm here for it. For our second round draft pick, there wasn't a lot really there that I love. So we're looking at some opportunities for us to trade into next season's draft, or to speak, we pick up some extra picks. I think we're going to try to trade into next season. There's a couple of opportunities that are coming through. Got a 2022 coming in. There's a lot coming in from the Browns that's for this year, but I want to try to stockpile for next year too. We could use this draft capital. So I think the Seahawks, so with Las Vegas, they've got something here. You know what Green Bay's offering us? Not that bad of a haul. We're gonna go Green Bay to get an extra pick this year, and then an extra pick next year. So the draft started out incredibly well. There were some great picks, and there were some you want to forget about them in training camp. So Cole Cook led it off with our first overall pick for the Dublin Shamrocks at a 74 overall. And Lindley comes in, I believe, at our highest rated draft pick at a 79 overall with great speed and acceleration. I'm hyped about that. Trey Sanders caps off our incredible first round to 77. We go to Deontay Arnold in the third round. We end up getting him for a 74 overall, which is incredible again. 96 speed means he's going to be an absolute burner, but his awareness is not great. And we also see Kerry Turner, our fourth round pick, who's one of our lower ones at a 63. Not great awareness, but he's an outside linebacker. We'll give him some time to shine. He's from Texas. I believe in him. Christian Norwood, we get a corner in the fourth round at a 73 overall. A great pickup. He'll play in the slot for us. We get Sammy McLeod at a 62 overall as a tight end. We get Jose Wilcox, a 64 overall, strong safety. And then in the seventh round, we get Oscar Gilliard, a 59 overall left outside linebacker, who again might not make the team. So as we head into our first real season for the Dublin Shamrocks, you can see Brandon Scherf, Kendall Fuller, Terry McLaurin are our top three players. But look at what Chase Young has done. He's already an 85 overall. He went up 5 overall points, I believe, in his first year, which is wild. Ron Payne is right there as well at 85. At quarterback, we're going to have Cole Cook at a 74 overall. Alex Smith, how can I get you off the roster? And then PJ Walker backing up all those guys. Ultimately, I'm going to try to find a way to get Cole Cook as much time as possible and hope that our offensive line can keep that young man upright. Thad Lindley will be our day one starter at running back. I cannot wait to see him out on the football field. We don't have a fullback. Imagine that. Wide receiver, Terry McLaurin. Then we have a log jam here at 74 overall. We got Trey Quinn, Steven Sims, Cody Latimer, Deontay Arnold, all at 74, and Kelvin Harmon, and then Antonio Gandy Golden as our wide receivers. One of these guys here, of these four, has to figure out who's going to be that guy to take the second spot. With the 96 speed, that could be Deontay Arnold, but again, we'll see what they do in preseason time. At tight end, we've got a whole lot of nothing, to be honest. We got Jerry Sprinkle, Logan Thomas, who was a quarterback and now is a tight end. Hale Hendricks. I mean, there's just nothing to love here. Thaddeus Moss, I want to keep just because he is Randy Moss's son. But there's a whole lot here that I don't love, and that's for sure. Left tackle, we got Mr. Russell playing 74. Left guard, we got a 68 in Wes Schweitzer. We'll try to find somebody to fill in his spot. At center, we got Chase Roulier, who should continue to improve. Right guard, Brandon Scherf. And right tackle, Morgan Moses. Moses gives up a lot of sacks, but our right side of our line is unfortunately our best side. Left end, we have Ryan Anderson, but I have a feeling we're going to play Chase Young and Montez Sweat at the right and left end spots. Defensive tackle will be Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. Defensive line should be a monster for us. I can't wait to see how much pressure we generate with our team. Left side linebacker is going to be Sean Dion Hamilton or Cole Holcomb. One of those guys has got to ultimately figure out who will be the starter. Middle linebacker is Reuben Foster. Right outside linebacker is Khalid Hudson. Again, we're pretty weak at outside linebacker, so we got to work on that in the offseason going into next year. Corner, though, we got Ronald Darby, Trey Sanders, Davian Moreau, Aaron Colvin, Christian Norwood, Jimmy Moreland. I want to see Jimmy Moreland get a lot of playing time, mostly because he's from James Madison, but I think he can absolutely make some plays for our team. Free safety is Kendall Fuller, and then strong safety will be Landon Collins. Kicker, of course, is Dustin Hopkins, and then punter is Tress Way. This is going to be an interesting team. We have so many young people, and in some ways it reminds me of what we had in Madden 20 with our team over there being the San Antonio Marshalls, who aren't actually an option in Madden 21, but that's for another conversation. I'm excited to see what our young team can do, but there are holes everywhere. This team will be held up by its defensive line, and then hopefully our young playmakers can make something happen. Terry McLaurin is a really unproven cast. Behind him, a wide receiver, so he's got to be that #1 guy for us. A lot of things can happen. I'm hoping our guys will stay healthy, but I'm really excited to see what this team does in the next episode as we play game number 1 of the regular season.